What is going on, everyone? Commodore last here today, bringing to you guys my live reaction to Kingdom manga chapter 630. Now, the chapter's been out, I believe, since Wednesday, technically Thursday, because since Scans I put it out, so I wasn't gonna read no garbage translation, and my work schedule and everything prevented me from reading it last night. So I said I'll wait until today, Friday. So we're here. I don't know, it's been a while, man. I haven't felt like this nervous to read a chapter for a series that I care about a lot. And I've only heard whispers in the winds of people and their opinions, I guess, on what's going on with it. And I saw faith in Hara, but in this life, you never know, man. So we got to get into it. I want to say a little bit more in regards to my feelings before getting into the chapter, but I'm going to wait until I see what happens, so that way I don't contradict myself or something gets, covered up. And maybe Hara answers what I'm feeling right now. I don't know, but the only way I can find out is by reading the chapter. So without further ado, let's get into it, guys. So Kingdom chapter 630. All right, so volume 58 chapter 630, and it says gap between heaven and earth. I do not like that already, man, because there realistically is no reason to do it. Because let's be honest with ourselves, we already saw the first chapter of the manga. We kind of know things are gonna be good. It's just let me judge after reading. So, all right, move aside, cardio 10. Kyokai, give me some room. Yeah, I can still help him. Saying what? That's supposed to be Kyokai? May the embers of thy life light thy way. I have this bad feeling, and I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Because I already had the feeling in my head since last chapter. There was always a possibility if that... I'm gonna have to throw hands on Hara, man. Gap between heaven and earth. I mean, this is a nice cover, but it's like... we're already at a 1 out of 10. So whatever happens here, man, it happens. See, the horse is stamping in. It's like, why? Why did you let Raboku escape? I understand Shin's going through this right now, but oh my god. You could at least throw Naki there. Alright. Wait, Adjutant. Something is... Captain. What? Don't tell me. Over there, there's a clump of people over there. So all Hanamoto are, of course, going to where the area the Shin is. You see everyone's reactions. Kyokai, you say you can help him, but Shin's already dead. Shin's dead, he's gone. Shut up, you'll distract me. What are you gonna do, Kyokai? The history of our Shiyu tribe stretches back 1,000 years, and though I can't recall them too clearly, there are still several taboo techniques that have been passed down, such as a method to share one's life force with another, which I know we saw that. I don't believe it, really, but if Hara's actually going to make that canon, can that bring Shin back to life? I don't know. I've never used it before, and I can't remember how that chant goes. I'll have to do it while trying to remember at the same time. There's no other choice. Sue, I'm fairly sure the technique involves opening our chi pathways, then connecting them together. And the order to do it in was the form of song. Come on, remember. I'm sure I was taught it. I have to remember for Shin. Okay, so see her there, little Kyokai, and then of course her sister and stuff. It's like, the mind's eye goes inside, the mind's hands inside there. When color, no. Settling amongst silver currents, anchored by mountain ties. Foundation, when color is lost, the eye shall see 2 gates of crimson. Pass through the first gate, then await the second to open form within. And of course, Nason right there. Shoni, why are you sitting there? And they're trying to pull off some super dangerous stunt. It's dangerous. She told us to never ever use it. Remember, Granny? I love the faces though from them. That's at the very least up to it too. It's all a lie anyway. You'll just go nuts if you try it. Only reason they even taught us it was because it's part of the laws or something. A lie. Yep, you see a dead bird there. A way to bring someone back to life, as if something like that would actually exist. I want to say what I want to say right now, but I'm going to wait just to pass judgment. Kyokai, remember something? What? What's wrong, Kyokai? That which has died can never be brought back. A technique that can reverse death does not exist. Kyokai, you've done enough. Shut up. Kyokai, that can't be true. I'm sure of it. That technique they taught us. Come on, let's go, Kai. Okay. If it's all fake, then why bother passing it down for so long? Who knows? Anyway, forget that nonsense. A terrible fate will befall any who attempt to use it. What's that? Fine. Shone lied to me, because if I were to use this, something terrible would happen to me, but what could possibly be worse than this? Pass through the first gate, unlock the second gate with your mind's eye. Next stretches a bridge of white. That is the bridge of primordial Pangu. These are comets, other stars described by Simichin's Tango, Shu, and the Shinji. Okay. Oh no, that's for the other thing. Chiu's flag, Wangxi, Shun Shui, Tiangfei, kings of the Moro, earth filled by a rain of light. Heaven to earth, earth to heaven, the secret of the yin and yang. The feather fairy and earth fairy sway in song. Body turns to dust, blood turns to dust. Life is made of blossoms of light. Jesus, you guys, your veins popping out and everything too for this. Life is nothing but light. Good. We're connected. Okay. Keep reading. Going in. If you see a change, start calling out to Shin. He's like, what? Slump? And so she falls over. And I guess because she's in like her trance. What does she say? Something about if there's a change, we should start calling out to Shin. What does that mean? Is she like in the astral world or something? Where is this? There's nothing here. No sign of Shin. She's a speck. That. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. I'll take one thing, even though I'm kind of have mixed feelings on this right now. But to see Yu Ren after all that time, hold on. It's like that isn't Shin. Yu Ren. Why is she? No. It might look like her, but I'm not getting the same sensation. You stand at the gateway that lies in the gap between heaven and earth. All who wish to pass must pay the toll. And the only coin accepted here is your lifespan. Lifespan? How many years will you offer up? That is for you to decide. It's like, what? That's the sort of technique it is. Oh, so Shoni's there too. Ah, Shoni. Only by sacrificing the remaining years of your life will you be able to save that man. Shin, not yet, you moron. But Shin, Captain, this technique will work without your life. This technique will not work without your life force. Cuckoo. But even then, the odds aren't against you. Assuming you had someone who had only just died, then offering up half of the user's lifespan will give you 1 in 2 chance of reviving the dead. 1 in 2. That's right. In other words, the chance of it failing and them staying dead is the same as a coin flip, and you would still end up foolishly paying half your life. But the man you're trying to save is already deep within the world of darkness. If you try to bring him back, then even if you were to use up half your lifespan, you probably only have 1 in a 10 chance of succeeding. That's why you should give up, Kai. Turn back while you still can. Think this carefully, Kyokai. You see, of course, she has like the markings and stuff, which we saw from back then. You only get 1 chance. The answer is obvious. Take it all. And see the reaction on their faces. I don't want to lose him, no matter what the cost is. That's why I don't want to lose Shin. I'll give you everything I have. So please let me save him. Kai, you, then go. Die like the fool you are. Shin. Yeah, that's the end of the chapter. Okay, so let me process this in my head real quickly, because now that I'm done with this chapter, I can actually say what I want to say. So Shin is quote unquote dead, right? But we know that's BS because chapter 1 exists. And obviously we see no hints of anything there of another woman on the battlefield in that chapter when it tells us about, the Warring State period and all that stuff. So, of course, it could always do this thing where, Kyokai is not involved and whatever afterwards, because God forbid. But I don't see the necessary need to have something like this happen where, like, Shin could have just been in a coma. Like, you could have easily wrote the guy's in a coma and he's completely drained and there's no way he's going to be able to, like, wake up for, like, I don't know, maybe a week or something. You know what I mean? Like, put him out of commission at the very least. When you're doing something like this, and again, if Kyokai actually dies, I can already see the riots within the community. Because, again, a lot of people I know have her as their favorite. And it's like, if you take her out of the story, then it's like, they would literally lose their will to read. But I don't, like, I get the whole thing about her tribe and all that kind of stuff and everything, but it's like, for the time period that they're in right now, how believable is that really? And is it, like, Haruka's just wrote in a comatose state for all of this. Like, why couldn't, and my thing too comes down to, why couldn't we just get this, like, after everything is settled, after Raboku's been taken care of and all of that, why can't we just get this afterwards? Maybe let's say his coma's taking longer than usual, and realistically they start to see that maybe he is probably on the verge of death, and you decide to throw us in, fine, whatever. I just feel like the timing is really bad for this. The need to have it, because then it's like, how are you going to justify afterwards that the both of them are going to walk out scot-free? Like, obviously Shin's done for the war. Let's just put it like this. If he comes back and it does like a Mobu in the coalition, then I'm going to start really questioning where Hara is really going with this. But I don't know. I have super mixed feelings with it because, again, Shin at the very least should be in a comatose state. Dead, I don't believe, because now it's like, again, you have to remember the first chapter. Kyokai doing this, I get it, I understand. We had last chapter, or chapter before, with the whole thing with Hoken's family and stuff being healers and everything, and then of course now finding out the stuff in regards to her tribe and all that. But it's like this astral thing and stuff like it. But then again, I know you can say the same thing for other series like Vinland Saga and stuff, which had something similar to this happen before. You could say, okay, that's you're contradicting yourself, because if it happened then, it can happen here, and I can understand that. But the timing, I feel, is not needed for this. I think you can just simply get through this by just saying he's in a comatose state, deal this up with Raboku, and then if you want to add this, regardless if I like it or the readers like it or not, just the placement for this, I just feel is unneeded. And it's one of those two where it's like, I'm going to have to wait until I see the end result for this entire thing to actually give a legitimate feeling on how I think about all this. Because realistically, if this had the elements already before, we've dealt with this before, where we see maybe someone else from her tribe that somehow survived and, give up their life for somebody, then fine, it's whatever. But this is the first time we're seeing it, and we're adding in the whole fantasy elements and stuff into this now, so it's like, yeah, very mixed on the chapter itself, because I don't want to say it's completely garbage, but I don't love it at all, and I really don't like it at all for myself. But not enough to say I hate it until I actually see the end result. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel in the chapter itself. I don't know if I'm being like easy on it, because I would like to say a lot more, but it's like, unless I see the end result from Hara before I can fully judge what's happening. Kyokai goes out, man. It's like, I can already see the riots. I like her as a character and everything. She's up there as one of my favorites, but it wouldn't force me to drop the series, but it'd be one of those things where it's like, I look at Hara and be like, what have you done? Others, they'll have their own say, whatever, fine, but just let me know how you feel about the chapter itself. If there's anything in the chapter I didn't really talk too much about that you felt was important, that, should be focusing on and stuff, let me know down in the comments, and just let me know, how do you see this all panning out next week? There's no break whatsoever, so either the community is going to be absolutely like in an uproar, or maybe Hara ends up saving things, but Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next week for that. And hopefully Hara, is able to give us a proper conclusion to this right now, and then hopefully wrap up the war, because I feel like now going over the 100 chapter mark for this, you could have gotten so much done sooner. I feel like this is the fatigue of writing a long arc like this again at the wrong time and stuff. But until next time, I'll catch you guys next week, and hopefully we kind of get some kind of resolution from it. So, Commodore Last signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care.
Going crazy, yeah, we going crazy. I'm with the team, yeah, we going